In our last few sessions, we built a solid foundation with a working website, integrated GitHub, and a Cloudflare deploy. Today, we are taking the simple site we built in 103 and migrating it to a professional Next.js ecosystem. By the end of this video, you won't just have a multi-page site. You'll have an automated pipeline that builds and deploys itself every time you push to GitHub. This is the shift from coder to architect. Here is the roadmap for today's session. We'll start with Stage 1 in AI Studio for high-level planning and initial design. Then, we move to Stage 2, where we use the Agent Manager to architect the system and set our coding agents to work. Finally, in Stage 3, we'll deploy everything to Cloudflare and use Antigravity Agent Manager to handle any real-time fixes to get the site live. Now, let's talk about Stage 1, planning and initial design. This is where we use AI Studio to set the vision and the sitemap before we ever touch a line of code. It's about being the architect, not just the builder. By using these specific system instructions, we force the AI to think about information architecture and design before it ever touches a div. We're chatting with the AI here just like you would with a human website designer or architect. We discuss what we want, what we don't want, and let the AI professionally advise us on the best approach. Think of it as a high-level consultation that locks in our requirements before the first brick is laid. By the time we leave AI Studio, we have a complete blueprint that our coding agents can follow without any ambiguity. Look, most people jump straight into the code. That's a mistake. We're using Google AI Studio as our creative director first. Make sure you read the response from the AI, and if it is missing something you want, just type it in. For example, here, I'm proposing to do some fancy stuff with the hero section. We want it to feel alive using 3.js for that 98.5 trillion synapses background. By being specific about technical components like buffer geometry and line segments, we ensure the final build perfectly reinforces our AI orchestration theme. Now, here's a pro tip. If you have a specific look in mind, you can provide a screenshot of a website you like and ask the AI to use it as a reference. This is entirely optional, but it's a great way to help the AI understand the exact aesthetic and visual hierarchy you're aiming for before it starts drafting the component architecture. Based on the technical feedback, I actually changed my mind. I realized that a complex particle system might hurt the visitor's experience if their phone or desktop isn't powerful enough. I don't want a long loading screen, so I asked the AI to keep it simple. Once I am satisfied with the response, I ask the AI to generate a markdown file. We use a markdown file because it acts as a clean, portable instruction set that any coding agent can read and execute with zero ambiguity. It's the final blueprint that bridges the gap between our design conversation and the actual build. The result? Our website upgrade plan.md. This is our North Star. It defines our void gray palette and that breathing lattice 3.js hero. This is the fun part. In Stage 2, we'll use the Antigravity Agent Manager to orchestrate AI agents to do the heavy lifting. We're going to feed them our plan and let them handle the complex coding and migration tasks while we oversee the build. Now, we hand this blueprint to the Agent Manager. Because the plan is so detailed, the agent knows exactly what to build. It's actually really powerful. Now pay attention here. Once the Agent Manager generates the implementation plan, it is your job to review it and provide feedback. Don't just gloss over this. This is where you ensure the technical stack, like Next.js and Tailwind, aligns perfectly with your original vision. When you are done with your comments, you have a choice. You can click Proceed to let the agent manager start the heavy lifting and begin the actual migration work immediately. Or, if you want the agent manager to factor in your specific comments and adjust the plan first, click Review. This keeps the human in the loop, making sure the AI agents are executing exactly what you architected. The agent manager has signaled mission accomplished, but now comes the most important part, the human verification. Even with powerful agents, you must be the one to sign off on the final product. I'll start by running npm run dev to launch our local development server. Once it's up, I'll click the local URL and see our new architecture in action for the first time. As I navigate through the site, I'm checking to see like the dark mode transitions and the multi-page routing. And there it is, our first bug. I've hit an error loading this screen. No problem. I'll just take a screenshot of the error, drop it back into the chat with the agent manager, and explain exactly what I'm seeing. The agent says it's fixed, so we resume testing. If I hit another error, I repeat the process, screenshot, explain, and let the AI refactor. We keep this loop going until every single bug is squashed and the site is perfect. Finally, Stage 3. We are moving to the edge with Cloudflare. We'll connect our GitHub repo for automated deployments. Before we deploy, we need our code in the cloud. I'm setting up a brand new GitHub repo called Antigravity-200 and running the standard git add, commit, and push. Since we covered the fundamentals of Git in 103, I'm going to fast forward through this part so we can get straight to the orchestration and deployment. Finally, we're deploying to the edge. We're using the new Cloudflare UI under Compute and AI to link our GitHub repo directly. First, click Connect to GitHub. Cloudflare will prompt you for authentication. Just enter your passcode and you're in. From here, simply select the specific repository you want to deploy. Now, we need to enter the build configuration. This tells the Cloudflare engine exactly how to compile your web app. Don't overthink this. Just copy the specific instructions provided by the agent manager and paste them directly into these fields. I'm going to deliberately follow the AI's lead here, even though the recent Cloudflare UI upgrade means some fields might not match perfectly. In the past, you had to be an expert to avoid missing a single step. With AI, it's a completely different story. The build has failed, which is exactly what I expected. You can see the error clearly on the screen. Instead of digging through code myself, I'll just click the Copy Log button. I'll paste that raw log directly into the Agent Manager chat. The agent will read the logs, identify the mismatch, and provide the fix. If we hit another error, we just repeat the process. We let the AI do the troubleshooting. We just repeat the process. We let the AI do the troubleshooting. And there it is. After that refinement process, the build is successful. Our professional Next.js application is officially live on the edge. Now, it's finally time to verify the web app in the browser. The site is live, but in our first online check I noticed some missing videos. I'm not going to show the whole loop again, but I gave a screenshot to the agent manager and let it investigate. It actually launched its own browser and wrote custom scripts to verify the YouTube data against our site. After a few attempts and some manual verification of our playlist IDs, the agent implemented a clever workaround. It now prefetches the content into a local file as a fallback, ensuring the site stays populated even if the real-time feed hits a snag. Look, using an RSS feed for this isn't ideal, and that's why we're seeing some instability. But since the fallback is working, I'm parking this as a low-priority item for now. In a future session, I'll show you how to swap this out for the official YouTube API for 100% reliability. Last step. It's time to map the useaitechdad.com domain to this new web application. Go to your Workers and Pages settings and click Add under Domains and Routes. Simply enter the domain name and let Cloudflare handle the handshake. It failed, which is expected. The domain is still mapped to the legacy pages from 103. To fix this, we need to disconnect the old mapping first. Once that's removed, we come back here and reassign the domain to our new application. Now it's mapped properly. We'll give it about 15 to 30 seconds to propagate across the edge. If it doesn't seem to work immediately, don't panic. It's often just browser caching. I'll switch over to Firefox to bypass the cache, and there we go. Firefox works perfectly. Our professional AI orchestrated hub is now officially live at our primary domain. We moved from a basic one-pager to a professional Next.js hub by focusing on orchestration rather than just coding. The tech is evolving fast, but with the right workflow, you stay in control. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next build.